Jensen Huang just stepped on stage with another leather jacket and a dream to turn the entire planet into one giant GPU cluster. GTC 2026 is officially here, and if you thought your RTX 4090 was still cool, NVIDIA is about to make it look like a calculator from 1994. First up is DLSS 5, which isn't just upscaling your frames anymore, it's literally hallucinating photorealistic lighting into existence. It uses a real-time neural rendering model to infuse pixels with materials so realistic, you'll forget you're playing a buggy Ubisoft games. And also, everyone from NetEast to Tencent is already lining up to take your VRAM. But let's talk about the real hardware, the Vera Rubin Platform, named after the woman who discovered dark matter. It's a massive ecosystem, starting with the NVL72 GPU racks, designed to eat LLMs for breakfast. We've also got dedicated Vera CPU racks, because apparently x86 just isn't fast enough for Jensen's ego anymore. They even threw in Grok 3 LPX inference accelerators, because latency is the enemy of progress. To move all that data, the BlueField-4 STX storage racks are here to make sure your bottlenecks are a thing of the past. The Spectrum 6 SPX Ethernet racks round it out, providing enough bandwidth to download the entire internet in a few seconds. Speaking of BlueField-4, this new STX architecture is a complete flex on traditional storage. It offers 5 times the token throughput and 4 times the energy efficiency, which is great for the environment and even better for NVIDIA's margins. Early adopters like Oracle Cloud and Microsoft Azure are already jumping on it to manage context memory, which is just a fancy way of saying AI that has a better memory than you. Then, there's the Vera CPU itself, which NVIDIA claims is 50% faster than traditional CPUs. Sorry, Intel. It's twice as efficient, which is why Meta, Alibaba, and ByteDance are already buying them by the truckload. If you're a hardware nerd, partners like Asus, Gigabyte, and Foxconn are already building the motherboards. Now, if you want to build an actual Skynet from Terminator, you'll need the Vera Rubin DSX AI factory reference design. It's a blueprint for building code-signed infrastructure that maximizes tokens per watt, because electricity isn't free yet. They've also made the Omniverse DSX blueprint generally available, so you can build a digital twin of your factory before you actually build it. Siemens, Tesla, and even GE Vernova are using this to optimize power grids, because AI factories are thirsty for juice. But why stop at Earth when you can put GPUs in orbit? NVIDIA Space One is a Vera Rubin module designed for the harsh, cold vacuum of space where nobody can hear your fans scream. It brings data center class performance to orbital data centers and autonomous space operations for companies like Axiom Space and StarCloud. Back on the ground, we have NemoClaw, a stack for the OpenClaw agent platform. It lets you deploy Nemotron models and the new OpenShell runtime with a single command, which is great for developers who hate reading documentation. These claws are autonomous AI agents that are supposed to be more trustworthy, though I'd still keep an eye on them. NVIDIA is also expanding their open model families, because apparently one model isn't enough to rule them all. Nemotron 3 handles the omni-understanding stuff, like natural conversations and complex reasoning. Meanwhile, Isaac GR00T N1.7 and Alpamayo 1.5 are focused on physical AI, making sure robots don't walk into walls. In the healthcare world, the Proteina Complexa model is accelerating drug discovery by predicting millions of protein complexes. Google DeepMind and Seoul National University helped out with the dataset, so you know it's legit. If you like alliances, the Nemotron Coalition is a new global team-up of AI labs like Mistral AI and Perplexity. They're building an open model on DGX Cloud that will eventually become the foundation for Nemotron 4. It's basically a high-tech cartel where everyone agrees to speak the same language as long as it runs on NVIDIA hardware. NVIDIA is also pushing the next industrial revolution in knowledge work with their agent toolkit. It includes the AI Q blueprint for agentic search, which apparently tops accuracy leaderboards while cutting costs in half. Major players like Adobe, Salesforce, and SAP are already using it to make their enterprise software slightly less annoying. Let's talk about cars, or as NVIDIA calls them, mobile AI data centers. BYD, Geely, Isuzu, and Nissan are adopting the DRIVE Hyperion platform for Level 4 autonomous vehicles. Uber is planning to launch full-stack robotaxis across 28 markets by 2028, starting with LA and San Francisco. They've even released Halos OS, a unified safety architecture to make sure your robotaxi doesn't decide to take a shortcut through a sidewalk. Even T-Mobile is getting in on the action, piloting Blackwell Server Edition infrastructure for Edge AI. They're building reasoning and vision AI agents that can search video feeds in real time, which isn't creepy at all. The city of San Jose is among the first to test this Metropolis blueprint. So expect better traffic or more tickets. Adobe and NVIDIA also announced a massive partnership to supercharge Firefly models. They're building agentic workflows for creative content, which means the AI might eventually just do your job for you. They're also building 3D digital twins for marketing using Omniverse, because apparently real photos are so 2024. Then we have Dynamo 1.0, the open source foundation for inference at scale. It integrates with LangChain and VLLM to boost performance on Blackwell GPUs by up to 7 times. That lowers the cost of tokens, making it cheaper for companies like PayPal and Pinterest to serve you ads. For the robotics fans, there's a new open physical AI data factory blueprint. It handles massive data processing and synthetic data generation, so you can train your robots in a simulation before they enter the real world. Companies like Skilled AI and Teradyne Robotics are already using it to build the next generation of physical agents. Hyundai and Kia are expanding their partnership with NVIDIA too, focusing on software-defined vehicles. They're combining massive fleet data with NVIDIA AI to make Level 2 Plus and Level 4 autonomous driving a reality. In the industrial sector, giants like Siemens and Synopsys are using AI agents to optimize chip design. Even PepsiCo and Samsung are using CUDA-X tools to accelerate their engineering and manufacturing. Finally, the global robotics section showed off the new Cosmos World models and Isaac GR00TN models. These are designed for everything from humanoid pioneers to surgical robots by companies like Medtronic and KUKA. NVIDIA is essentially providing the brain for every robot on the planet. Whether it's electronics assembly or construction, physical AI is officially moving into the real world. But let's circle back to DLSS 5, because that's what the gamers actually care about. The fact that it can simulate photoreal lighting in real time is a slap in the face to traditional rasterization. We are reaching a point where the uncanny valley is being bridged by a neural network. And with support from Bethesda, maybe the next Elder Scrolls will actually run at a stable frame rate. The Vera Rubin Platform isn't just a hardware refresh, it's a statement of dominance in the AI era. NVL72 racks are the new gold standard for data centers, making liquid cooling a requirement, not a luxury. If you're a cloud provider and you're not buying Vera CPUs, are you even trying? The BlueField-4 STX ingestion speed is 2x faster, which is basically the speed of light in data center terms. It's clear NVIDIA wants to own every single inch of the motherboard, from the storage to the networking. The DSX AI factory reference design is the ultimate IKEA manual for billionaires to build their own supercomputers. With digital twins in Omniverse, you can simulate a fire in your server room before it happens. The space computing angle is particularly wild, considering most of us can't even get 5G in a tunnel. But having an IGX Thor platform in orbit means we can process satellite imagery without sending it back to Earth. NemoClaw and OpenShell are the tools that will turn every script kiddie into an AI agent developer. Privacy and security controls are baked in, which is a nice way of saying, don't let the AI leak your passwords. The open model families are NVIDIA's way of saying they love open source, as long as it runs on their GPUs. BioNemo and Proteina Complexa are genuinely cool, potentially curing diseases, while we argue about frame rates. The Nemotron Coalition is like a who's who of the modern AI hype cycle. Training on DGX Cloud is the common thread that keeps them all under NVIDIA's umbrella. The next Industrial Revolution section was basically a long list of enterprise software companies saying, yes, we use AI. But cutting query costs in half with AIQ Blueprint is a win for anyone paying those massive API bills. In the automotive world, the Uber partnership is the biggest news, potentially ending the unpleasant rideshare conversation. DRIVE Hyperion and Halos OS are the pillars of this driverless future. T-Mobile's AI RAN infrastructure means your cell tower might be smarter than your phone. Adobe's Firefly Foundry is going to make generating corporate art faster than ever. Dynamo 1.0 being open source is a smart move to ensure NVIDIA stays the default for inference. The robotics blueprint is where things get sci-fi, with world-scale compute for data production. Hyundai and Kia are playing the long game, focusing on large-scale fleet data. The industrial software giants are finally moving out of the 2D era and into the AI era. Seeing companies like TSMC use NVIDIA tools to build the very chips NVIDIA sells is a perfect circle of capitalism. Global robotics leaders are proving that physical AI isn't just for YouTube demos anymore. Cosmos World models and Isaac simulation are the keys to making robots that don't look like they're drunk. It's a massive transition from if-then logic to intelligent reasoning robotics. So GTC 2026 in a nutshell: better graphics, faster CPUs, space GPUs, and a lot of robots. Jensen Huang is essentially the architect of the future, and we're just living in his simulation. Whether you're a gamer, a developer, or a robot, NVIDIA has something to sell you. Get your wallets ready, because the next industrial revolution is going to be expensive. That's every major announcement from NVIDIA GTC 2026. Now, go outside and see some real lighting before DLSS 5 replaces it.